So we're back again with yet again another episode of Twilight Princess, and this wind is nuts. In the last episode, we have completely finished the City of the Sky, basically removing that dragon from existence. In this episode, we're going to take on what I call the 49 floors of hell, because I don't like it, not one bit. But before we even think about doing anything of the sort, I want to go and get some couple things from the Oocca shop. I didn't see myself coming back here for anything, but yeah, I felt that it was like necessary for certain purposes. I want blue potion and oil, but in the meantime, somebody is here for the ride. In the meantime, with that being said, who exactly are you?
It is I, Oocca Jr.
Oocca Jr. sounds like he just has a very masculine voice there, but yeah, I want lantern oil because I just want
With
this.
the nipples that disturb Alex on a deep emotional level.
I never thought I'd heard you use that word, but you did. You did it. It's on recording.
No, it is actually Megawee Master 1. How are we doing? It seems like I've been rather frequent here this last year. We've done a couple podcasts, and I was briefly in your Okami as you climbed Cat Call Tower.
You were. Yeah, basically.
So I'm no stranger around these parts.
Yeah, Mega usually sticks around when I need like entertaining commentary or any kind of co-commentary for that matter. But
I'm pretty flexible that way.
yeah, pretty flexible. Him and I go back a long way. Back in high school at the lunch table, making "Open the Gate, Who do you hate?" jokes. But that's what am I kidding? That was a Would You McGive It reference, but I'm not even gonna go there. But anywho, we're gonna head out of the City in the Sky because we were done here. We done. But,
And we have to use the cannon here, as this is Twilight Princess era Link, and he does not have a paraglider and cannot land safely.
Yeah, what I kind of enjoy about, or what I kind of admire about Twilight Princess is that when you exit the City in the Sky, they drop you in a body of water, because it seems logical, because if they just dropped you on land, there's a pretty good chance you would not survive, but,
Oh, as we've seen from Tears of the Kingdom, a fall from that height definitely would kill you.
I would not be amazed if I didn't live.
This is probably going to be the last I bring up of Tears of the Kingdom, but I actually have not played a whole lot of it recently, so I am curious if there are any references to the City in the Sky and the sky areas in that game.
I have not gotten that far, to be quite exact, but I don't know. I've never done my research that much. And yeah, I kind of already know what he's going to give me here. We're going to get about 2 letters. One of them is from Oocca Jr., and one of them is going to be from Perlo, who runs the Star game in the old castle town.
One of them's from me.
Yeah. Actually, let's read what they have to say. Just to be sure. From Oocca Jr. Wow,
Hey, kid. Wow, kid. Awesome.
You can read if you want.
My son said he wanted to write you a letter. He worked so hard on it. Goodness, yes. We thank you for all your help, both on land and in the sky. The other Oocca thank you as well. Come visit us anytime. Take care.
Boo! We're not coming back. But actually, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna voice Perlo, who runs the Star game. Ladies and gentlemen, Star game that has swept Hyrule by storm is now available in Castle Town. Even those of you who've beaten it once will find all new things, challenges, and thrills. Come find us at the tent. We'll be on the Eastgate Road. We'll be waiting. Yeah. You're gonna
Now,
look.
I think that you've brought up that the sun sets faster if you're in Snowhead. Have you brought up the fact that anytime you go to the City in the Sky, it becomes daylight again?
It does. It does. I did forget to mention that, but yeah, it turns out if it's nighttime and you go in the dungeon and then exit, it is a pretty good day-night cycle changer. But yeah, it turns out you do have. It turns out that you do have the Sun Song after all at the very endmost part of the game. But here we go. This is the Star game at its second version. You do need the double claw shots for this, so just be aware. So we're gonna go and color white, pink. Claw shot, please. Here we go.
This is one of the most fun mini games in Twilight Princess, in my opinion.
It is. especially without the double claw shot. The singular claw shot is good enough for me already. But anywho.
You could just live all your Spider-Man fantasies this way. Double claw shots.
The Amazing Spider-Man versus the Giant Lizard. Just throws Gwen Stacy out of a window for no reason.
Poor Peter Parker.
No uncle, no mother.
He's not alone.
That movie is something else. What I'm going to go ahead and do is, yes, you do get the giant quiver from this, but I'm going to go again a second time because I want to swing him for 100 rupees, because why not? I'm going to go as fast as possible here, because why not? You know, because why not? I can give that a shot.
And of course, Link also gets a fan club in the form of the Powerpuff Girls over there.
He does. He's some sick fans, dude. Sick fans, dude. God. You're not part of the club.
Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup!
Sugar.
Fighting to protect the citizens of Townsville!
You have some sugar and spice and everything nice. Because I feel like saying these words. Get that second star, bro. 16 seconds to spare. Eh. Eh. There we go.
Yeah, just the fact that, like, there's no one way you have to do this. You could probably go multiple routes, whereas in the fruit minigame, I want to say you pretty much have to go the same route in order to get the top score for it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do that. You can do any order you want, specifically, because it does not matter. But there is an order set for you in case you want to go, like, extravagantly quickly with it. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is kind of head from here all the way to the south, because there is another extra 100 rupees because I want to pick up, because I will be selling some bombs and buying some new ones. I'll be getting about 40 extra ones, because 4 is nothing, but if you go into a wolf.
I am amazed that you've really managed to find a good way to spend rupees in this game. Usually after getting the magic armor, I have no more use for rupees, but I know you've used the magic armor at least a couple times, probably just like for spectacle in certain cutscenes.
Yeah, the magic armor does come in handy, especially if you come across a very full wallet in the dungeon and you want to get all the chests and you have to, like, make your wallet go down, and, like, instead of exiting the dungeon and going to buy something, the magic armor does come in quite handy.
That's most of what I use the magic armor for.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they give you no other way to empty your wallet. They do give you one, and they do give you a way to do that in this game, but not in the others.
And I can't just leave the rupees there because it's going to bother me that chest is going to remain on the map.
That's exactly.
So thank you, the HD version, for fixing that up.
Exactly. And what I kind of don't admire very much is the fact that they left one extra chest in the Goron Mines until you get the claw shot. So you got to come back to the dungeon if you want to get every single thing. It's weird, but
yeah, that one was especially annoying whenever I googled it my first playthrough and found out, oh, I have to come back later. And no other dungeon makes you do that.
They don't.
Which makes it, like, glaringly... it's just a problem.
Glaringly bad, but it's...
Yeah.
I don't know, but they did it. They did it, but anyway, heart piece number 43, that was it. I want to get one extra thing from the Sacred Grove. It's kind of pointless to show it now, but I'm just going to show it now. See you guys when I'm there.
This is the part that gets cut out of the video.
This is the part that I'm going to keep in, because you just started saying something as soon as we faded in the loading zone.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, swipe at the fox. I'm making these references.
Contradicted.
I'm making these references now because I feel like it. I don't even watch Dorothy Explorer that much, but I'm still doing it. Anyway, I'm gonna come to Sacred Grove for another little few hundred rupees.
Well, we must fight Skull Kid once more.
No, but I will bring him up after this. But if you get your spinner out and go along this track, one of the things that I'm gonna point out is you see that beehive right on the right side of me. Yeah, There's been some players on Reddit and Twitter like saying, I've spotted it, but I can't get to it for some reason. But I'm going to point that out right now, because that beehive actually does not appear until you actually kill Skull Cave for the second time. But what you gotta do is you gotta go back on top of these
Funny if
vines.
that was a secret way to take out Skull Kid. If it led to like a special cutscene.
That's what I said. That's literally what I said.
Could be like that scene in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Metal Gear Solid 3. You just gotta do it. Anyway, come up to the top of these vines and then take 2 rights. And yeah, there it is. There's your beehive. I'm not gonna get it. There's nothing special inside of it, like a heart piece or anything. Just know that it's there. But yeah, where we're gonna go next is we're going to loot our bomb bags from Barn Shop. We're gonna go sell some and buy some more. So I'll see you guys when I'm there for the passage of time. Anyway, for the sake of eliminating bad references to things that I shouldn't talk about on YouTube, we're here in Kakariko Village. But going back into human form, and yeah, I gotta say, Twilight Princess, we've come this far. I did not see myself getting this far in 4 months, ever since I started out back in February, because I want to take this game and Okami and make them to where I'm just about wrapping them both up, because I want to start. I really kind of want to have like a fresh start after this. So I can have like newer ideas.
Do you have an idea of what you're going to be doing after these projects? You don't have to say what, I'm just curious.
I do, and I will not say what they are. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
So here's Mike Barnes, otherwise known as Karate's bad boy, though he seems to have let himself go after losing to Daniel LaRusso in the All Valley tournament.
Really? Huh.
That's a Karate Kid reference.
The old one or the new one?
It's the old one, or specifically Karate Kid 3.
Yeah, from like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, it was just an 80s movie. But anytime I hear the name Barnes, I think of Mike Barnes, and I think of Binky Barnes from Arthur.
Ah, I remember Barnes from Arthur. I had a CD where we listened to Arthur and his letter that he shouldn't have opened, and when he got in trouble for opening it when he shouldn't have opened it. I have no idea where it went.
When you said you had a CD, I was hoping it was going to be "Tell Me It's the banger that is the library card song."
Library card.
Having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card.
But
And now, we're going into the meat of the episode.
the meat and the flavor of the episode. But I was going to get oil from Koro, but I honestly don't see myself having to do it. Just because there are some dark spots in the dungeon, so I'm not... Dungeon? This is even dungeon. There is no big key. In the Cave of Ordeals, there are some dark spots.
This is a gauntlet. That's what I'd call it.
It is a gauntlet. A gauntlet of enemies. Your power is a gift given only to those with confidence to wield it. Anyway, we're gonna go on there to illustrate. Yeah, that was the hardest enemy ever. Boy, oh boy.
They get harder.
And with the doors being opened, it will get harder. Just like Mega said, it will get harder. Progressively, it will get harder.
If I can... can we pause for a second?
Oh yeah.
I'm actually receiving a call.
With that being said, 3, 2, 1, nada. We're back. Yeah, that's it. You know, phone calls, tax returns, and family issues, that's one thing. But anyway.
Because, as Alex has pointed out, we are incredible taxpayers.
Because we're such incredible taxpayers, we can just pay off anything that we want in life sometimes.
That is the catchphrase of this LP. It's probably the phrase that you've used the most, that and let's just keep going and dibbity-doo.
I'm not even the one that came up with it, it was like one that I stole from John, but... I think he made the reference in like his Mario Party 3 LP or something. Yeah, lost health. Lost health.
Okay, well, what about dibbity-doo?
Dibbity. I made up dibbity-doo. I say that on my own time.
That one at least is from you.
It is. That's correct. John took the saying, the tax companies, as like a very small saying, but I took it and expanded on it pretty much. Sort of. I don't know. In other words, it just did not come from me at all.
Well, so be it. In any case, it is frequent enough where I can label it as a catchphrase of the Selkie.
Yeah. Try not to get shot.
We have the Boblins, the very Tolkien-inspired thing, because as we all know, this game took great... This game reeks of Tolkien.
It does.
As Lord of the Rings was very popular, and they were trying to appeal to an American audience whenever this came out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing by any means here, though. I mean, if anything, it gives this game its own visual identity.
It does in its own, like, way, shape, and form. I don't make references to other things that I'm not even that sure about, but, eh. It happens.
You know, if Link takes another step, it'll be the furthest he's ever been from home.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know. It goes deeper and deeper. And this is what I mean, like, this is probably why I should have gone to Korra for, like, some oil, but, hey, I did it at the Oocca shop, so I guess an extra bottle of oil would have been nice. But anywho.
I don't really consider it very necessary. If anything, I prefer having... I see that you're being very brave and not bringing in any fairies.
Well, I do have refills on potions that do in fact replenish all your hearts, because a fairy only replenishes 8 for the most part.
True, but I like to have that little extra bit of insurance whenever I do some kind of gauntlet like this. Just something that can revive me if I get too careless or if I don't heal in time.
Hey, did you know that Geico can save you 15% or more in car insurance?
Yes, not that kind of insurance.
I got my car rates and insurance details from a talking lizard. It's just the way that it happened.
I got mine from a general.
Go to the general and save some time. There we go.
I still can't believe you made that reference whenever you saw our episode of Guilty Party.
I did make that reference. And oh boy. We're gonna get some side cleavage, I guess.
Well, let's just say this Great Fairy is going full frontal.
It has wings. A lot of old people are probably saying, this game sucks. Anyway. Welcome, hero, to the Cave of Ordeals. I am the Great Fairy. I reign over all fairies of this realm as their queen. In praise of your efforts thus far, I will release Fairy Sword on Spring. From this point on, you will have the need of ancient power that allows one to walk along a cliff without a single foothold. If you want to give up the fight for now and re-equip yourself, I can return you to the surface. You need merely speak to me. I don't think that I'm gonna have to end up returning thus far, but eh. Getting right past that. We're now here.
For as much as this game took inspiration from Ocarina of Time, at the very least, I am thankful that they did not use the Ocarina of Time Great Fairy design, because that is the freakiest one in the series.
I agree.
They did, however, bring it back for Hyrule Warriors, which,
Hyrule Warriors
I think it's the laugh.
has
The laugh is what does it. That and, like, the really heavy eye makeup.
Yeah.
I think it's, like, those two things that do it and make her very scary.
Yeah, and a ball and chain is definitely going to help me scale this wall. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah,
No, absolutely. You should be an expert in scaling walls here. Remember, we did the Spider-Man minigame earlier.
Spider-Man. Does whatever a spider can. Yeah.
Hello, Peter.
Hello, Peter. Hey, Parker. Not today, Flash. Not today, Flash. There we go. I don't know.
Well,
I feel
I
like
was doing No Way Home. You were doing Amazing Spider-Man. I'm sure we'll work in a Raimi trilogy reference at some point.
I don't know. I feel like you and I right now are just in 2 different worlds.
Potentially. I get that a lot. And that's usually the greatest compliment you can give me.
I guess so. Well, I guess so sometimes. Back in the days of paying taxes and killing little lizards living inside of bubbles, I didn't really have much to say about other things. As far as I'm concerned.
Boomhauer, is that you?
No, man, I'm going to give a gun name talking about it again. I'm going to computer man. That's Boomhauer.
Okay, that is, like, uncanny.
I had to do it.
Well, I'll tell you what.
There was an episode where, like, Boomhauer is teaching Bobby how to pick up girls at the bookstore. And, like, Bobby's like, you gotta turn down 7 times. Wow. Boomhauer, can you be any more common? Like, dude.
So I guess I do have to ask, since I brought up that you didn't bring any bottled fairies in here.
Uh-huh.
Have you in the past ever like had a history of dying here a lot?
No.
No?
Maybe the first time around playing the game for itself, but other than that, no.
At this point, you pretty much know what you're doing.
At this point, I've basically got a little bit more mature, and...
Because it's like, what, every 10 floors you get to see the Great Fairy, and you've only lost 2 hearts.
Yeah, because...
Of course, this is the beginning of the dungeon, so who's to say how you'll fare later on?
Is there another rat in here? Is there another rat in here? I know that there's something in here. Oh, hiding right there.
I was gonna say, right now, you're reenacting how I used to play Metroid Prime, where I would shoot at the door and wait for it to open. And I'd just be like, why is it taking so long? And then Kid Me didn't realize that the door taking so long to open was actually how they masked their load times.
I would, like, jump attack at the door and be like, why aren't you opening, you dingus?
And here's one of the last of the pose.
This is postal number 58. It's coming to an end. It's gonna be sad, but it happens.
And then Javadi can be free.
Well, free in terms of existing as a human, but... And also free in another way, but not the good way.
Free of his curse.
I will not specify the other way until we get there. Anywho, this one isn't too hard. It's like, these guys are, like, in the Hyrule field when you're, bringing that old Goron his old barrel of spring water. But they don't really occur anywhere else, I don't think. It's weird. Shoot jellies. Yep.
Whoa! I forgot about this.
Yeah, this is another... I think this reference also takes place in Wind Waker's Savage Labyrinth, with the shoes, especially the electric ones. But,
They don't make funny noises like they do in that game, though.
I literally tried to mimic that, and it did not work at all.
That was alright.
Alright, I sound like a forest nymph, not even close.
The mini blends make the best noises, though.
Especially their laugh though when they hit you. It's like like the rat in the in Tingle Shop. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
Hey there, pretty lady.
Hey there, pretty girl. Let me shoot that cleavage, boy. I'm not even gonna go there again.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stop here.
In praise of your efforts thus far, I will yeah. She will continuously release fairies to like other various spring areas throughout the map. But for now, we're gonna go on this way because we are such.
And basically give you the hint at what dungeon item you will need next.
Yeah. Well, This is on a dungeon, but still. Yeah.
No, what dungeon item?
Dungeon item. Makes sense.
Because if you go in here the earliest you possibly can, you're not going to be able to complete the whole thing.
Probably not. It is possible, but it's very hard to do. It's like a deposition. If you say words, they are etched in stone, but they're very hard to change. They're changeable, but it's hard to do. Eh. Oh, indivisible rats. I can't walk. Link is walking like he shot himself. Okay, I'm making noises for
Filthy undead vermin.
Filthy undead vermin. I was out buying shin jelly. Show some respect. Anyway. Cotton Hill.
You mentioned the Savage Labyrinth earlier. I actually have a confession. Wind Waker is the only 3D Zelda I have not played.
It's not?
Yeah, despite growing up with a GameCube, I didn't really get into the Zelda series until the Wii. I believe my first... Well, okay, my first Zelda game was... Funnily enough, it was the first Zelda game. I got it with the Wii Shop channel, and I played NES Zelda. And then the summer before high school, I played Ocarina of Time, the Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword.
Wow.
And then, like, so on and so forth. And I've done some of the 2D ones here. But Wind Waker is the only one I haven't, just because well, I mean, at this point, they don't really re-release a whole lot of GameCube games. There was the HD remake for the Wii U, but I never got to own the Wii U. So, I'm hoping after Tears of the Kingdom gets some time to kind of sit, maybe they'll go ahead and port it again to the Switch.
Hopefully.
I am hopeful, because it would help kind of fill the time between different Zelda games. And they have been releasing more and more GameCube stuff lately, like Metroid Prime and Pikmin 1+2. So I don't imagine it would be very hard to port it, since they already did for the Wii U.
Yeah, because in certain things, if they do come out with a Wind Waker Switch port, I would totally be down for it. Do I see it happening right now? Probably not. But
yeah, probably not right now, but maybe like in another year or two down the line.
We shall see. We shall see. Time can only tell.
And I don't even need it to be super different from the Wii U port, just so that way I would have access to it on the Switch. But yeah. I don't know how likely it is to happen, because, you know, like, I don't know where their priorities would lie.
Then again, you raise a good point, because I did notice when I took a look at Skyward Sword for the Switch port, it does have a much better, what do you call it, a user interface when it comes to certain things. Regarding dialogue and loading times as well, so it's better off.
We do already have most of the 3D Marios playable on the Switch, so it would be nice if we could get all the 3D Zeldas.
Yeah. If they can make those, if they can just do that Wind Waker, man, just do it.
And of course Twilight Princess down the road there too, since that was also ported to the Wii U, and I don't imagine it would be very hard. I mean, they'd have to take out the Miiverse stamps here, obviously.
Rightfully so. Yeah, and they also...
Or they could always just replace them with something else.
Yeah, and they also did a thing where they did the thing, and they did the things, and I'm gonna specify. They took it where every time that you boot on Twilight Princess, and you get a rupee, not a green one, doesn't count, red, yellow, or blue, they notify you about it. That was a main complaint.
Hey, did you know this is a blue rupee?
Yeah!
Cool, okay, go back. I'll remind you next time you play.
Like I couldn't see the color from the beginning. So freaking weird.
Hey, did you know this yellow rupee's worth 10?
Hey, did you know that apples grow on trees?
Okay, cool.
It's...
Yeah, just lots of little quality of life improvements there that I appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah, and they took that
Alex,
complaint...
that yellow rupee's worth 10. Alright, sorry, I'm not gonna keep this going.
I know. I know. Yeah, but But the fire bubble. What that? Anyway. Had to do it. But yeah, like, that was a main complaint in advance to them making the HD port with Twilight Princess for the Wii U. So they took that and just pitched in, and the players were just like, oh, I don't have to get notified anymore.
They usually know what the biggest complaints are, like, with that, and then with the Wind Waker port, they made the Triforce chart hunt a lot easier, so I think they usually have a pretty good idea of where they need to improve.
Exactly, but I don't know, they did definitely touch up on some main complaints that players had, and made it to where it can be more enjoyable and more appealing to the experience. And a good example is Twilight Princess. In regards to the frickin' Cave of Ordeals, hey, I'm not getting hit thus far. Well, hey, Beamos.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for as much as it's coming at you, I'm surprised you haven't taken more damage.
Yeah, I hope this bomb doesn't explode on me. There we go.
You've also, throughout the whole playthrough, you've made good use of the bomb arrows.
Good use of the what?
The bomb arrows.
Oh yeah, I had my reasons for using them. That's for sure. That's for definite sure.
And it is nice that it's just available to you right off the bat, and it's not like any kind of upgrade that you need to aim for.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that they exist just kind of like warms my heart, because if it didn't, then the Cave of Ordeals would definitely be one interesting.
Actually, this was the first game with bomb arrows, wasn't it? They had the elemental arrows in Ocarina of Time with like the fire and ice, but bomb arrows, I want to say no.
No.
Bomb arrows weren't in Wind Waker.
They had fire arrows in Wind Waker, but not bomb arrows in
Yeah. So
Waker.
yeah, this was the first game with bomb arrows.
Correct. They did some things, and oh boy. Come on, old Neil.
Oh boy, this will be tricky.
Bone chain time. We gonna do it. Just kind of scale the walls. Just scale the walls. Because there was a time that, back in Fairfield, Connecticut, there was a Rita trying to meet up with a postal that was 13 years old. You know, sometimes just chilling there. Just chilling there.
And then he just fell over and died.
And he just fell over and he fell over. What'd you fall over for? I didn't do it on purpose. God. Well, come on then.
Come on, let's not wait for the grass to grow.
What are you looking at? Nothing. Well, come on then, in. You want to go on with the scene? Is this like the way that it's gonna be?
I don't have it memorized that far.
Come on, move on, move on, move on. Who is that?
By the way, that was Poe 59.
That was. Yep, we have one more Poe to get. I'm just gonna make sure that it's in my inventory.
And then it is nice that even though there aren't any like, well, I mean, aside from the Great Fairy floors, there aren't like rest floors. They do have these at least for you. So if you did spend your potions, if you know what chew jellies to grab, you can restock that way.
Wow.
And, I want to say, since it hasn't come up, you can also, there are dig spots on certain floors. I don't know which ones by number, but you can dig up hearts, potentially.
You can dig up hearts. I unfortunately do not remember them. I do know that I've probably passed one up at this point. For sure.
Whoa!
Had I had on the Zora armor, I would be just barely hanging on to life there.
Oh, I thought it was instant kill.
It was instant kill. That was sarcasm, but... thankfully, I do not have it on. That's for dang sure.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone's thought that, well, why would I ever change back from the Zora armor since the regular tunic does nothing? And then you get that Rude Awakening.
Exactly. It's just bad luck. Why does it follow you around, man? It just does.
This is my favorite look of the tunic. I'd say, too. Like the classic tunic. To the point where the only amiibo I've ever bought was actually Smash Bros. Link, because whenever I first played Breath of the Wild, I wanted to be able to not only get Epona, but also have the Twilight Princess costume. So, yeah, that's how much I like the Twilight Princess tunic look.
Yeah. If they made the magic armor costume, that'd be just sick. That would be totally sick.
Oh, that would have been awesome!
That'd be totally freaking sick, dude. It'd be rad. You're not part of the band if you don't have the magic armor. God.
I think it's the chainmail being, like, heavily prevalent in it. I think that really brings the look together.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, especially with, like, the feather on the cap, dude. Dude, that's pretty. Actually, let's kind of pick off these guys with the bomb arrows. Why not? You know, because why not? Because I don't feel like necessarily jumping down there with a bunch of chaos. Because
Alex, have you seen Home Alone 2?
That's the one, Marv. That's the silver donut. Yes.
No, the line I was gonna go for is, "Suck brick, kid!"
More like suck bomb, kid. No way. No way in frickin' hell. And why isn't this guy dying? Why aren't you dying?
He's definitely holding on there.
This...
You had the potential to get juggled there, but you have not. And I'd say you are doing very well. You've only lost 5 hearts, and we are well over halfway through.
Probably so. Hey, freeze already not gonna give me. Yeah, there is, again, reasons that I brought refills of full life energy and not a fairy, because they only restore 8 hearts, unfortunately. What kind of fairy are you to only restore half my health?
Yeah, like I said, my personal taste, I think I usually like to bring 1 or 2 in, just because I like that insurance of, if I get too careless, a fairy will revive me, and then I can use a potion from there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But
I see your logic in that the potions will heal more. So you just take more... You give more attention to what items you'll be using.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. But in the meantime...
This is what I was talking about with how well you've used bomb arrows. Because normally I would just be fighting these guys with a sword, and I would do my best to try to separate them.
Exactly, because the other one will notice you if you do not take charge of your opportunities. But yeah, come on. We got this. Yeah, I think the other one's gonna join the party now, but I guess he's alright. Welcome on.
Oh, yep, there we go. It's too bad they can't hit each other.
They love each other. Alright. I'm throwing on the big guns because I feel like...
Yeah, this is really the only area I'll use the magic armor, and it's almost always in these... It is Dark Nuts, right? I always mix up the Dark Nuts and Iron Knuckles.
They are Dark Nuts.
Okay. A later floor especially, I think, is whenever I put it on.
Exactly. But right now, I am trying to save on that potion. I'm definitely trying to save on that potion, but in the meantime, just gotta do what I gotta do right now. And they are kind of sucking. That's okay. That's okay.
What a hero's gotta do, what a hero's gotta do.
This was supposed to happen. This was supposed... My car insurance rates were supposed to rise this time. I'm not paying attention. Here.
Excuse me, it's not historically accurate for Hyrule, it is horseless carriage.
Horseless carriage. More like Careless Whisper. Because that song's gonna be kicking any time now. And I'm never
then again, there has been weird out-of-place technology in Zelda games, so... can't fault you that much.
And I'm never gonna swing again. Yeah. Not gonna happen. Not gonna even go there. Not even gonna sing that song because I don't find it necessary. And there's another great fairy because she's going to restore fairies to another part of the province. And another spring. And, oh boy. Let's refill
Time to go
on
sniping
hearts.
again.
Let's refill on hearts. And actually the funny thing about these guys is that you can pick them out with bomb arrows. It's weird. It's really weird.
I thought you were going to use the metal boots. I am very curious to see how this works.
I was not gonna do that at all, actually. But yeah, it somehow works. It somehow works. How does it reach from their front side to their back side? It's the weirdest thing.
I was amazed whenever you did that episode with Max that this worked. So I'm guessing the blast radius is just that strong.
I didn't try it until my practice session with it. I was like, what? What? But it freaking worked. I have no other complaints. But it worked.
Yeah, and they gave you more than enough bombs to work with in this game too, with like 3 bomb bags.
And 2 of them that hold 60 of them, like, wow. It's just a bunch
Typically,
of wow.
I just use the... what do you call it? The bombs that move.
Bomblings.
Okay, yeah, bomblings. Typically, I just use those for my bomb arrows.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Bomb arrows are just... They're helpful, but especially the ones when you actually can use bomblings against Dark Nuts. But I didn't feel it necessary, or at least I didn't deem it necessary, at least for this, because I like shooting them instead of using them, just placing them down, because I have better aim that way, for sure. But anyway.
Yeah. And then next, if I were to move on to something else from... for a bomb arrow, I would probably go with water bombs next, just because after the water temple, you really don't need a whole lot of them, other than, like, destroying rocks and getting rupees.
Exactly. Because water bombs are just kind of the essence, because it's... You don't come across water that much to the point where you need them, unless you... I don't know, unless you really want to get every single rock under bodies of water that much. It's up to you, though. Ah. You got me today, little ball one, but...
A snipe and we will go. A snipe and we will go. Hi-ho the Mario.
I totally thought you were gonna, like, do the Yankee Doodle song there for a second, but I was wrong. Yankee Doodle!
Nope, I can't be completely predictable.
Yankee Doodle! Went to town. Riding on.
Sometimes Alex just goes like this.
Why did I invite this guy?
And then sometimes he just goes like this and takes care of these enemies like that. Doobity-doo.
I don't even need to provide commentary because I'm just out of it.
I've seen enough of this series to know how it goes.
Oh boy. Hello. They even notice you from up here. Wow. Wow. But thanks to the old ball and chain, we can put out some use.
Link's not married.
At least not now. Come on. Oh, I forgot to mention that if you bust out the ball and chain, they yield you, no matter how long you actually swing around in midair.
Ah, that I have not actually seen that interaction. Kudos.
They are smarter than they look.
Yeah, we were actually talking about this place before recording, and you brought up 2 things that I wasn't aware. One was
The darkness at the end.
Huh?
The darkness at the end. An extra one appears, because on the very last stage of this, there are 3 dark nuts at the very end, and if you go back in here for a second time, afterwards, there are 4 instead of 3.
Yeah, that was something I was unaware of, and then actually come to think of it, the second thing I think I was, and that was
Red.
the postman. If you come back here again, then you could see him on one of the floors.
And we did it! We did it.
All 60 pose!
Let's go, baby! And Link's wolf nose
I'm
is
glad I
stuck
was
in-
here to bear witness.
Bear witness to the testifying of the evidence. Wow, okay. And the Boblins are just ruining my moment. And what do you possibly
They
have?
wanted Giovanni to suffer.
they want Giovanni to suffer. Okay, Baldwin. You're ticking me off, man. I feel like I'm Gabe from freaking Redneck Pudding, if you ever watched that channel.
I have not.
Gabe is like, I'm pretty sure like the drama in those little skits that they do is fake, but it's just the funniest thing, I swear. Gabe is like always, alright, you're ticking me off, man. Instead of flipping them the middle finger, he flips the pinkies instead. He's like, oh, you're ticking me off, man. Here, take this, pinkies.
Well, he's got a trademark.
Yeah. Comes up with his own form of offense. Wow, I knocked down a freaking post with a ball and chain. It's that powerful. The ball and chain is basically the equivalent to a nuke. Not even joking.
Basically, I think it's one of the heaviest hitting items in this game.
It is. It's like fearless.
It's too bad the Dominion Rod doesn't have like a whole lot of offensive capability unless you have a statue.
Yeah. One cannot exist without the other.
the coolest use of it comes in the Temple of Time, but after that, unfortunately, I mean, you restore power to it, but then it's really only used in getting to the City of the Sky, and beyond that, nothing.
Also, Hyrule Castle, don't forget.
I don't actually remember how it's used there. I'll have to be pleasantly surprised whenever I see that part come out.
I will say, Hyrule Castle's graveyard. I'll say it right now. Alright, there's gonna be a freeze right beneath me, and I was not boned yesterday. He thinks he's just chilling away from me.
The day before that, but not yesterday.
The day before that, yesterday, there's invisible rats attached to my body. Get off me! Oh god, there's quite a few of them.
Well, it's a bad combination, especially surrounded by ice.
Oh, I'm taking quite the beating. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. I got this. There. I'm getting frozen. There.
Are you regretting using your blue potion so soon?
I have rare true jelly and other great fairy tears, but I'm okay.
So, not so much.
I'm gonna be good. I have 2 full refills left. It's just fine. My car insurance rates are rising, man. But it's okay. Hey. Get them on out. And there we go. We're just gonna move on. Like nothing even happened. There's a rat just chilling in here. I just know.
So yeah, there's probably an invisible rat, because that door should have been opened by now. Again, this isn't Metroid Prime. The doors don't just stall until the next area loads.
They stall until the next area, per se. And I do believe that a couple of Aeropulses are coming up very soon. This one isn't so bad, because they kind of give you a break with it. Sort of. They say, okay, this guy's taking quite the beating. Let's give him a small break. This one wasn't too bad. The door opens, but yeah.
It is a little deceiving that they show the one Bokoblin. Like, hey, that's all there is. Psych!
Psych. Come here. Anyway, if you bust out your Gale Boomerang on these Aeropulses, and you bust out your Cloth Shot immediately, you will make him yield his shield immediately. That was a rhyme that I didn't even mean to do, but I did it anyway.
Nice use of the Helm Splitter there, too.
Oh, one already down. That is... Oh, that's great. Come here.
That is cool that you were able to find a use for the boomerang, because after, like, especially after the first dungeon, that is kind of a complaint for this game, where a lot of the items aren't really that useful after the dungeon that they're used in. Like, the items are fun, but then you don't use them after the dungeon you get them in. And I know that could be said with, like, a lot of Zelda games, but, like, kind of most prevalent in this one. So the fact that you actually have that strategy with the Gale Boomerang is really commendable.
Yeah, and yeah, I did end up looking it up, but it was worth it. It was sure worth it. And I'm getting
now,
quite...
if only the slingshot were useful.
The slingshot really serves no purpose at this point. What else am I going to use it for?
You gotta impress some kids with it.
You gotta show it off to your friends, man. God. You're not cool enough if you don't have a slingshot for the club, man. God. And this Dark Nut is sucking donkey hooves.
Yeah, they're pretty much annoying no matter what game they are. Even in like the first Zelda game, you can't attack them from the front. You either have to do it from the sides or the back.
Yeah, it's definitely in the back. That's for sure. Oh. And my shoulder just popped. I'm not sure if the mic picked it up, but... And here we go.
Up, there we go.
Bring it on, buddy. Bring it on, buddy. Beam me up, Scotty.
And this is the... Yeah, this is the floor that I would basically concede and use the magic armor.
This is not good!
Oh!
Alright. I didn't see myself doing this. But, here we go.
Rare chew jelly.
Somebody, can somebody please
Presenting the
tell
Gold
me...
Link Amiibo. Pre-order today.
Can somebody please tell me why Link is...
Orange!
Yeah, Gustavo from Big Time Rush. Bad reference.
I never watched that show, so unfortunately that goes over my head.
It's different when you're facing 3 Dark Nuts. Yeah, with the safety of the old magic armor, I'm not that nervous about this at all, actually.
Well, there goes the double damage.
There goes the double damage.
Wait, you haven't taken damage here yet, so did it just time out, or...?
Magic armor.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you're wearing the magic armor, so you got hit at some point.
Yeah, and I am taking quite some hits, but it's okay. But it's okay. It was supposed to.
It was all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's all good. My car insurance rates are rising, like astronomically, but it's okay. It was supposed to. It was part of the glitch.
The good news is this room gets easier the farther you go.
Exactly. Exactly. And only 2 left. Let's go. Oh, wow. Smart move to make a 3rd one as soon as I jump attack there. And I'm paying quite the life taxes here. How much my rupees have dropped. But it's happening.
Our last 200.
Last one, buddy. Let's go.
And down goes his armor. Now you just gotta take him out.
He's going. He's going. Out of here. And
I think the side roll is probably the move I use the most. I'd say it's probably the most consistently helpful.
yeah, they did take some of the moves here from Wind Waker. Like example, the roll around from the side, the helm splitter.
And you
Some
don't
of
have to
those.
wait for an action command to use them, which is nice.
Exactly. Exactly. But we did it. We did it. We done did it. We're done. You cleared many ordeals. How impressive. In praise of your courage, I will give you this blessing. Another bottle of Great Fairy Tears because your Did I just say tweers? Your tears are so delicious, man.
Did you just cry into this bottle?
What is she doing? I don't like being touched this way. Don't touch my face like that. Anyway, if you ever need my assistance again, visit any spring. Many of the surface cry out for the one with powers like yours. You must go back. Yeah, I am going back. Otherwise, I didn't go black in the first place. But the fairies, man. The fairies. It all happened.
And you're automatically brought to Lineru, aka the best light spirit.
Yep, and that's about a wrap for the Cave of Ordeals. But we're going to cut the footage here. And I do believe Mega has something special planned for me at the very end of this, but we're going to cut the footage here and go to screen this. This screen right here. Picture of both of us. But, with that being said, the end of the episode, the Twilight Princess episode is here. So we'll see you guys then. In the next episode, we're going to go to the Mirror Chamber, the Palace of Twilight. With that being said, stay tuned. Peace out, everyone.